Good afternoon, everyone. Let us start. Remember, we have been learning Chapter 5, Minerals and Rocks. Yesterday, we discussed about physical characteristics of minerals. Now we shall learn about rocks. Let me present my screen. Rocks. Now let us read what are rocks. We know that the earth crust is composed of rocks. So the earth crust is composed of rocks. Then what is a rock is given here. A rock is an aggregate of one or more minerals. That means a rock is formed by combining one or more minerals. Okay, a rock is an assembly of one or more minerals. So this is the meaning, this is the definition of rock. And about the properties or the characteristics of rocks. Rocks may be hard or soft and in varied colors. For example, granite is hard, soapstone is soft, gabbro is black, and quartzite can be milky white. So these are some of the examples telling the characteristics or the physical properties of rocks. And rocks do not have definite composition of mineral constituents. Okay, as rocks can be formed by combining different minerals that do not have definite composition of these mineral constituents. Feldspar and quartz are the most common minerals found in the rocks. Okay. Yesterday also we discussed about these important rock forming minerals, and the feldspar and the quartz, these are the two important most common minerals found in the rocks. So in the box we have some important terms. Petrology. Okay, petrology means science of rocks. Okay, petra means rocks, logy means study. So petrology, it is a branch of geology, is the science of rocks. And a petrologist, the person who studies rocks. Okay, petrologist studies rocks in all the aspects of mineral composition, texture, then structure, origin, occurrence, alteration, and relationship with the others. So a petrology studies rocks in all aspects, namely mineral composition. What are the important minerals found in these rocks? Texture, the size of the crystals or the grains. And then about the structure, okay, whether it is fibrous or this individual crystal, or this whether the size of the grain is fine, medium, coarse. Then how the rocks are originated, how the rocks were formed. Then about the occurrence, okay, this how do rocks occur, say whether it is occurring in the earth surface or on the earth surface. So about that we have learned in class 10 also. Okay, mode of occurrence of these minerals and rocks we have learned earlier. Then alteration, these physical changes and chemical changes, and relationship with the other rocks. Okay, so these are the different aspects studied by a petrologist. And see here, there are many kinds of these rocks. Okay, so there are many different kinds of rocks which are grouped under 3 families on the different families on the basis of their mode of formation. So there are different kinds of rocks. Okay, but generally rocks are classified into 3 main groups or families on the basis of their mode of formation, how the rocks were formed. On that basis, rocks can be grouped under 3 families. So these are igneous rocks, solidified from magma and lava. Okay, that is formed after cooling magma and lava. Then sedimentary rocks, the result of deposition of fragments of rocks by exogenous processes. Exogenous means external forces, okay, like running water, then wind, sea waves. This is an example of exogenous processes. Then metamorphic rocks form out of existing rocks undergoing recrystallization. Okay, crystallization, you know, this is the process of formation of crystals, and again under high pressure and temperature these rock crystals may be again recrystallized. Okay, and that is what we call recrystallization. Now let us discuss in detail. So before we go into detail, so any question from your side?
No, sir.
Okay, then let us proceed. Igneous rock. So how are igneous rocks formed? Let us read. An igneous rock formed out of magma and lava from the interior of the earth. So igneous rocks, you know, are formed out of magma and lava derived from the interior of the earth. I think you are very much familiar with this lava and magma. So let me show you some photographs. Okay, so this is a photograph showing this lava. Okay, we call it, this type of lava is pehoho. Okay, then another, this is another, okay, a photograph showing lava or magma if it is found in the earth's interior. Then one more is here. This is another one. I think difference between lava and magma you may be learning. I think just see here, when these molten material are found in the earth interior, okay, in the upper mantle we call it magma, and after the coming out on the surface of the earth it is known as lava. Okay, the same thing when it is present in the earth interior we call it magma. When it is coming out on the surface of the earth we call it lava. Okay, and since these igneous rocks are formed out of magma and lava from the interior of the earth, they are known as primary rocks. So igneous rocks are also known as primary rocks because these are formed out of magma and lava derived from the interior of the earth. So the igneous rocks, okay, so here the word igneous is derived from Latin word igneous, which means fire. Okay, and these igneous rocks are formed when magma cools and solidifies. Okay, when magma cools and solidifies, igneous rocks are formed. So the cooling may take place in the interior of the earth. Okay, see here, this magma sometimes may rise in the crust and may cool down here. Okay, or it may be ejected on the surface of the earth and it may cool down here. So after cooling the lava or the magma, igneous rocks are formed. Okay, if it is formed on the earth surface, we call it volcanic rock. If it is formed here in the earth interior, we call it plutonic rocks. Or say, we have learned about different intrusive forms in the previous lesson. Okay, just recall. And see, when magma in its upward movement cools and turns into solid, from it is called igneous rock. Just I told you that when magma in its upward movement cools and turn into solid, okay, it is called igneous rock. And the process of cooling and solidification can happen in the earth crust or on the surface of the earth. Okay, just as I told you that the process of cooling may take place either in the interior. Say for example, here we have the pool of magma and it may be rising upwards. Okay, and here it may cool down inside the crust, or it may cool on the surface of the earth. Okay, and igneous rocks are classified based on texture, that is the size of the crystals. Okay, size of the grain, texture. So texture depends upon size and the arrangement of grains or other physical conditions of the materials. Let us read. If molten material is cooled slowly, the mineral grains may be very large. Okay, if the magma or the lava cool slowly at great depths, that is in the earth interior, mineral grains may be very large. Okay, if the magma cools very slowly, that is in the earth interior. Okay, see here. Or if it is cool here, then the size of the grain is very large. Sudden cooling, that is at the surface, results in small and smooth grains. If the lava is cooled down on the surface of the earth, okay, so there will be sudden cooling because of contact with the air and water, and because of that sudden cooling, the size of the grain is small and smooth. Okay, and intermediate conditions of cooling would result in intermediate, okay, sizes of grains making up the igneous rock. If the cooling is not so sudden, or if the cooling is not so slow, then there will be intermediate sizes of grains, okay, making up the igneous rock. So here we have some examples of igneous rocks. See, granite, gabbro, pegmatite, basalt, volcanic breccia, and tuff. These are some of the examples of igneous rocks. Okay, so let us see some photographs. So this photograph shows different varieties of granite. Okay, so these are the different varieties of granite, and we know that it is also used in flooring of our houses. Okay, different varieties of granite. Then next we have this gabbro. Okay, this is gabbro. Next we have pegmatite. Okay, here we have this is pegmatite. Okay, a type of igneous rock, pegmatite. And this is another photograph of pegmatite. Okay, a different variety. Then we have basalt. So this is basalt, a type of this igneous rock, basalt. Then again we have another photograph of this basalt. Next we have volcanic breccia. So this is volcanic breccia. And next we have this tuff. Okay, this is volcanic tuff. So any question from your side, boys and girls? I think unfortunately we don't have boys here. Do you hear me? Any question from your side?
No questions, sir.
Okay. Next we have sedimentary rocks, another group of rocks. Okay, and the word sedimentary is derived from Latin word sedimentum. Okay, derived from Latin word sedimentum, which means settling, to settle down. Okay, settling, deposition. Then how sedimentary rocks are formed? Let us read. Rocks, that is igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic of earth surface, are exposed to denudational agents and are broken into various sizes of fragments. And such fragments are transported by different exogenous agencies and deposited. Okay. So exogenous agencies, as I told you, these are the external forces like wind, running water, glacier, rainwater, okay, sea waves. So these exogenous agencies transported the rock fragments and deposited somewhere, and these deposits through compaction turn into rocks, and this is what we call sedimentary rocks. Okay, just see here we have a highland, and there may be any type of rock here, okay, exposing on the surface. Maybe it may be igneous rock, it may be a metamorphic rock, or it may be already formed sedimentary rocks. And because of weathering process, these rocks will be broken down into smaller pieces because of the weathering processes. And because of the exogenous forces or the agencies, it will be transported. Okay, so for example, by running water, these rock fragments are transported and deposited here in the low-lying area. And you know, these rocks are composed of different varieties of minerals, and because of that there will be compaction. Okay, there will be compaction of these rock fragments, and a new type of rock is formed here, and that is called sedimentary rock. Okay, and this process of sedimentary rock formation is called lithification. And in many sedimentary rocks, the layers of deposits retain their characteristics even after lithification. Say here, in this case, okay, so here we have got a layer. Then after that, say after some year, there may be again this transportation and the withering work, and another layer may be deposited here. Then through the compaction, okay, another layer is formed. So in this layer way, sedimentary rocks, okay, has different layers. This is one of the most important characteristic feature of sedimentary rocks. Okay, in many sedimentary rocks, layers of deposits retain their characteristics even after compaction, lithification, and hence we see a number of layers of varying thickness in sedimentary rocks like sandstone and shale. So generally we find different layers in sedimentary rocks. Okay, remember this is one of the most important characteristics of sedimentary rock. So depending upon the mode of formation, sedimentary rocks are classified into three major groups. Okay, depending on the mode of formation of sedimentary rocks are classified into three major groups. Those are mechanically formed, that is by transportation and compaction. Okay, mechanically formed. Say we have examples of sandstone, conglomerate, limestone, shale, loess, etc. Then next we have organically formed. Okay, derived from these living organisms. Okay, after the decomposition, then fossilization under high pressure and temperature. So organically formed examples we have these geyserite, then chalk, limestone, coal. These are some examples of organically formed sedimentary rocks. Then the last one we have chemically formed, okay, by chemical reaction. We have examples of dirt, again limestone, then halite, rock salt, okay, and then potash. So these are the three major types of sedimentary rocks, okay, classified on the basis of mode of formation. Now let us see some photographs. Here this is a photograph showing sandstone, a type of sedimentary rock. Okay, sandstone. And say next we have one more photograph showing sandstone. So next we have this conglomerate. Okay, see conglomerate. Here you will find a mixture. Okay, other rocks are embedded, okay, in a particular rock. So this is what I call conglomerate. And one more, okay, another photograph showing conglomerate. Here different types of minerals are embedded on a mother rock. And again we have this one more photograph showing conglomerate. Next we have limestone. Okay, so this is a photograph showing limestone, that is dolomite, a compound of calcium carbonate. And next we have this shale. Okay, this is shale, dark in color. One more photograph showing shale. This is shale. Then next we have loess. Okay, formed by fine dust particles. Actually beyond the desert you will find it. So this is loess rock, formed by very fine sand particles, dust particles beyond the desert. This is a type of lowest rock. Another photograph, okay, of lowest is here. And next we have important rocks organically formed. Okay, here we have this geyserite. So this is a photograph showing geyserite. Next we have chalk. This is chalk, I think very much familiar with you. We are using in the classroom also. This is chalk, organically formed sedimentary rock. Then we have limestone, you have seen. Then coal, different types of coals are here. Okay, 4 main types are here. This is peat coal. This is lignite coal, that is brown coal. And this is bituminous and anthracite. Okay, the best quality coal, anthracite. So these are organically formed sedimentary rocks. And next we have chemically formed sedimentary rocks. The first one we have chert. So this is another photograph showing chalk, okay, found in the coastal area. And so this is chert. Then another photograph showing chert, another variety of chert. Mixing with chalk. Then this we have halite, limestone you have seen. Okay, we have halite. Halite is here. This is rock salt, that is sodium chloride rock salt. Okay, halite. And another photograph showing this halite rock salt. Edible, okay, can be consumed. It is also found in Rajasthan. Then potash. Okay, so this is a photograph showing potash. And another photograph showing potash. Okay, so these are the important photographs showing different types of sedimentary rocks. Okay, any question from your side? Nobody is responding. Okay, if you don't have questions, then let us stop here. Please don't forget to send your names in the WhatsApp group for attendance. Thank you very much for joining my class.